Hey everybody, welcome to another pull day on upright Bowflexes. I'm talking the Xceed, the Xtreme, and the PR3000. So what is a pull day? Well, basically when you're working out your upper body, most lifts either distill down to pushing motions or pulling motions, and we're doing pulling motions today, which those largely hit your back, your biceps, and also your shoulders. So today's workout, we're gonna be doing 22 sets of pulling motions, and we're gonna do them all through this bottom set of pulleys. So I've got my pulley position in the furthest or the widest setting down here, so you can go ahead and set that up. You don't need to rack up your weights though until we get through our warm-up. So we're gonna have a 4-minute warm-up. If you're already loose and you're already warmed up, you can skip that and go right to our 22 minutes of work. And then at the end, we have a 4-minute bonus core workout, which is again optional. You can skip that, you can stay, you can do whatever you want. But what I would love for you to do is give this video a like if you're going to be joining me today. And with that, let's get right into our warm-up. All right, let's get things started with some high knee pulls here. So for this, you're going to raise your knees up kind of like an exaggerated march and pretend you're pulling some weight down here. So you can do this, or I'm going to do some running in place here. I kind of feel like a jog. Totally up to you what you want to do. What we want to do though is get our body warm, get the blood flowing, so then we can get a nice stretch in. So we're going to do this for another 20 or 30 seconds here. And then we're going to move into some YTWs. Now YTWs are kind of like the YMCA dance, except we're not dancing, we're stretching here. So let's get into those. So you're going to stand here nice and tall, stretch those arms, create a nice little Y here, and then you're going to bring your hands in front of you together, and then out wide, together, and then make a little W, and then together. And so we're going to do that a number of times here. So we'll make a Y, together, T, together, and W. And so as you do these, really stretch out as far as you can go. And also, you know, kind of feel the stretch in your back as you're doing this as well. All right, let's do one more round. We got a Y, together, T, together, and a W. Hold it. All right, so next, we're going to do some yes and no's. So for a yes, kind of do an exaggerated yes motion here, like you're nodding your head. Just want to stretch out that neck, get it nice and loose. And now we're going to go nose. Go from side to side here, loosening up that neck. All right, so we're going to go into some high knee pulls or some jogging in place from here. So again, you know, you can do those high knee pulls. I'm feeling like a nice jog today though. We're going to do this until the clock hits the 1-minute mark. And then we're going to do some toe taps. So for toe taps, you're going to want to have your legs a little bit wider than shoulder width apart here. And then you're going to, with the alternate hand, reach down and touch your toes. Now you can bend your knees just a little bit if that's what you need to do. You should be kind of feeling this in your lower back. And also a little bit in your shoulders. You know, stretch down and don't bend your knees too much and make it a gimme. Stretching out your shoulders here too. All right, so our final lift, we're going to do some torso twists. Put those arms out wide, and then you're going to spin back and forth here. You should feel a nice twist in your spine. It's a real nice feeling. I like it. And then once this clock hits 0, we're going to rack up our weight and then get right into our routine. All right, so for our weight setting, I'm going to do 80 pounds of power rods on both sides, and that's why I consider the heavy weight setting. For a more intermediate or medium setting, I would go with 50 pounds of power rods. And then for a lightweight setting, I would go with probably 30 pounds is where I would start out with here. So when this clock hits 0, that's when our workout begins. Now, each interval is going to be 1 minute long. We're going to have 35 seconds of work, followed by 25 seconds of rest. And then we're just going to keep working through all of our exercises here. And our first exercise is going to be just your standard bicep curl. So you're going to be facing the tower here, grab these handles, and then you're just going to curl them up towards your shoulders, just like this. So when the clock hits 0, I want everybody curling with me for 35 seconds. All right, let's go. Stand up nice and tall and don't put your back into this. You know, when you're lifting and targeting a muscle, most of the time that's the only part of your body you want to be moving. You don't want to be rocking your, you know, your whole upper body into this, because otherwise it's not focusing on that muscle group. So that was our bicep curl to get things started. Our next thing is going to be a standing cross row. So we're just going to cross over these handles. So I've got my right hand on the left handle, and then I'm going to be pulling these up towards my shoulders. And as I do that, the cable is just crossing over in front of me. You'll also notice I'm kind of crouching just a little bit, and that's so I can pull these handles all the way up to my shoulders. And we're just doing this nice and smooth, stay in control. Feel that squeeze in your back as you pull this weight up. There we go. Good work, good work. So our next lift here is going to be a reverse curl. And for this, it's kind of like the bicep curl we did in the first time, but instead of facing the machine, we're actually going to lean back on the machine just like this here, and then we're going to curl these handles up towards our shoulders. And here we go. So by having our back up against the tower here, it's really forcing it so we cannot rock at all. Yeah, 5 more seconds. Let's go, everybody. Excellent work. All right, so our next exercise is going to be called the bent over cross row. Now this is going to be kind of similar to the standing cross row that we did, except instead of standing straight up or crouched, we're going to be leaning forward, and then we're going to be pulling this weight up here just like this. So for me, I get a lot more of a squeeze in my shoulder blades and my back with this position here. So you can see I'm just leaning forward a little bit here, not quite a full lean over the machine. That said, it is still a pretty similar lift to the standing lift. We're going to basically rotate and go through all those lifts again in just a moment. But our next lift here is going to be a shoulder pull. So for this, you're going to have one foot on the Bowflex, one off of it, and then you're going to grab one handle, and then you're just going to pull this handle up. So I'm just bringing it all the way, basically as high as it'll go, right up to my shoulder height here. And for me, I can't really pull the cable any further, but that's all right. And I don't know about you, but I am already starting to feel a little bit of this soreness or tiredness in my back. And we've just getting started here. So I'm not quitting, you're not quitting. We are gonna be doing this whole workout here together. And our next lift is gonna be that same exercise we did, except we're just spinning around here and we're doing the opposite arm. So again, got one foot on the machine, one off, and I'm just pulling this weight up. Here we go, we got 20 seconds left, come on. All right, good work. Good work, everybody. So we are just gonna now run through those same exercises we just did. So we're gonna do bicep curls, standing row, more curls, more rows, and then some more shoulder pulls. So our first exercise of the second loop in here is gonna be bicep curls. Face the tower, grab those handles, and curl that weight. We are just rolling through this routine here. I hope the weight setting has been good for you the entire time. And if not, after this set, maybe give it a little tweak as needed. So we got our standing rows up next, or standing cross rows. So again, if you need to drop a little weight, add a little weight, now would be a great time to do that as we get into our standing cross rows. So again, feet out a little bit wide, standing up here, and then I'm pulling this weight up towards my shoulders. So notice my back is straight up and down on this one. Fifteen more seconds. All right. Next, we got some reverse curls. So for this, we got our back up against the tower here. Relax, give yourself a second, and then we're gonna be curling up just like this here. Here we go, 3, 2, 1. Let's curl, everybody. Everything else in your body should be just in place. It's only those biceps, maybe your elbows move just a tad, and then those handles are coming up. Excellent work, everybody. All right. Next, we've got our cross bent over row. So again, I'm taking a bit of a wider stance, crouching down a bit, and then I'm going to be pulling this weight up towards my shoulders, just like this. All right. Feel that squeeze in your back. Those shoulder blades coming together here. Ten more seconds, let's go. Whew. So we got 2 sets of shoulder pulls coming up here, and then we have our 1-minute break where you can grab a drink of water, take a breather. And for our shoulder pulls though, we got to get into this here. So we're pulling up just like this. If you want a little more challenge too, you can hold the weight up at your shoulders for just a second and then slowly retract. You know, actually a lot of people think going quickly is a good thing, but actually being able to move a lot of weight really slowly can be more of a workout for you. All right, we're spinning around other arm. And we got our final shoulder raise of the day. 12th set will be halftime in just a moment. All right, let's go. Slowly retract that weight. You got 10 more seconds. All right, so we've got 20 seconds here plus another minute where you can grab a drink, and we're also going to adjust our weight setting in just a moment here. So I'm going to be dropping my weight setting from 80 pounds to 50 pounds. I would recommend to everybody dropping their weight by about 30 to 40%. These next couple sets are going to be a little bit tougher to do at the high weight setting. So if you were at 50 pounds, maybe go to 30. And if you were at 30 pounds, maybe go to 20, kind of feel it out. And if you're at 20, I think I would keep it at 20 here. So our first lift though, after we drop the weight, is going to be a shoulder raise. And this is a really tough lift. Again, why we just dropped the weight. So I'm going to grab my handles and I'm going to have my back up on the bench or the tower here. And then I'm going to raise my handles up just like this here. So I kind of like having my feet at an angle. I'm definitely not straight up and down. I'm kind of getting a little leverage from the bench here. And then again, I'm going to be just raising those hands up in front of me. All right, so next we're going to do a wrist curl. Now for a wrist curl, I'm going to be kind of in the same position here, and then I'm going to stick my hands straight out here. Actually, I'm going to be back on here. And basically what I want to do is raise the handle and my wrist just like this here. Kind of tough to see. So my wrist is kind of curled in, and then I'm going to extend it up. And so this is going to help a bit with grip strength. I just kind of like to think of this as, you know, you're on a motorcycle and you're revving it up or something. It doesn't look like I'm moving much, but this certainly is not an easy exercise here. All right. So we're going to do another set of bicep curls. This is, again, the kind where you have your back up against the machine. So we got a few lifts in a row here where we're just leaning up here, you know, nice, relax a bit, and then we're going to do some curls. Now this is a little bit lighter of a weight setting, so maybe stand up a bit taller. You got 10 more seconds. Focus on that form. Stay in control. Excellent. All right, so our next lift is going to be called a one-arm shoulder sweep. Now this is a little complicated, so I want to get a little ahead here. So I am going to have one arm kind of touching or holding it up against our bench here, and then I am going to kind of fly it out, or I like to think of it as a sweeping motion, I guess, as I'm sweeping out here. So you're kind of pulling the weight up towards your body here, and you really should be feeling it just in kind of your shoulder blades. All right, so we're going to switch sides and then do a shoulder sweep on the other side. Again, so I got one arm kind of on the bench here. I guess this is all, you know, kind of a one-arm fly here. I just like to think I'm sweeping away here, just brushing the, you know, the dust or the leaves away. I guess it's really, really heavy of dust or a broom. Whew, all right. And we're going to do those 4 lifts again one more time, and then move into our bonus leg pull crunch. So our first lift again, we got a shoulder raise. You're going to have your back up on the Bowflex, and then you're going to raise those handles up just like this. If you want a little more challenge, try to hold that weight up in place for just a second, right out in front of you. All right. Next, we got our wrist curl coming up. So last time we were kind of revving an engine. This time I want you to have your wrist open like this, and then you're going to pull the weight in towards you. Just like this here. And this is really going to work our forearms here. So I open up my hands all the way, and then I'm going to roll the handle back up. All right. So we got our bicep curls up next. Again, this is a little bit lighter weight bicep curl than what you started out with. So I want you to have a really good form, really deliberate, take it nice and slow, focus on your breathing. You know, just do it right. So here we go. In 3, 2, and 1. Ten more seconds of bicep curls. And then you're going to have 2 more lifts, and then you are done. Done with push day, that is. If you want the bonus, you got some more to do, actually. So I'm going to get into my position for my 1 arm shoulder sweep. So again, I'm going to have 1 foot on the Bowflex, 1 on the tower here, or the bench, and then I'm going to kick this this handle out here as I sweep the floor. Exhale as you're, moving that weight. As those power rods bend, that's when you exhale. All right, we're switching sides into our final pulling motion. For 1 more shoulder sweep here, where we're you've got 20 more seconds. Finish this out. Ten seconds. Keep working. All right. If you are just here for the pull day routine, good work. You are done. Don't forget to wrap up your power rods, remove them from tension. But if you are here for the final bonus work, the core work, well, grab a towel or a yoga mat if you got one. You can pause the video here if you need to go grab it. And what we're going to do is we are going to put that yoga mat on the ground here, a little away from our machine. Now I'm probably about 2 feet away from mine. And I'm then going to put my foot through one handle here. Now I'm grabbing the furthest one away just so I can stay on camera, hopefully. It could be the close one to you. And what you're going to do is you're going to be pulling this weight towards you, and I want you doing a crunch at the same time. So this is going to be a pretty challenging crunch because you're kind of hitting it from both ends. So you're going to be leg pull and crunch at the same time. So you should feel it in both of your upper and lower abs, this motion. So here we go in 5 seconds. All right, I want everybody crunching with me. We're gonna do a total of 4 of these sets here. They certainly are not easy, but you know, a really effective lift. If it's not easy, you know it's working. And I know that one is working for me. So I'm gonna just switch the pulley, or my foot here, and I'm gonna do the exact same thing other side. So get ready to pull in 3, 2, 1, and we're crunching. Now you can either have your other foot lie flat on the ground or up, whatever kind of works for you. I prefer flat. You got 10 seconds. All right, we're switching sides again here. And if you're really struggling with this, and I get it, some of this ab work can be really hard, keep the leg pull motion going or keep one motion going. But if you can keep both going, you're really getting the most out of this. So we got 2 more sets. And you know, if you just can only go up part way, that's all right too. You know, I'm almost kind of doing a sit-up like this. And all you really need is a crunch. Five seconds. All right, switching feet. And we're on to our final set of the day or night. Night for me. Here we go. In 5 seconds, 1 more set of crunches. Pull and crunch. Let's go, everybody. Fifteen seconds. Whew. And that is a 22 set pull day workout with 4 bonus core exercises and a warm up. Great job, everybody. Give yourself, you know, a pat on the back for finishing this one out. So before we do anything else, so we need to remove our power rods from tension and get those all wrapped up so they can stay strong, just like you. So if you made it to the end of this workout, you know, let me know in the comments. Tell me what you thought of it, what you didn't like, what you did. All of that feedback, I really appreciate it. And as always, great work today. Be good to yourself, be good to others, and thank you for watching.